It's been revealed the Victorian Government missed a key target for school children to participate in a multi-million-dollar dental program. The Smile Squad revelations came as the state's health crisis dominated budget estimate hearings.
In person for the first time in almost 2 years, Daniel Andrews returned prepared for Parliament estimates, and it seems his political opponents were too, giving a roll call of victims of Victoria's health crisis.
Baby. Died in January. A 42-year-old woman died in January.
The death of any patient, the death of any Victorian is a great tragedy. Nothing anybody at this committee says can take away the pain of a family who's lost a loved one in those circumstances or in broader COVID circumstances or in any circumstance. What we can do, though, is we can invest.
Have you called her family to say sorry?
We will allow coronial processes and other processes to run their course. But of course I extend my deepest sympathies to that family and to any family. That is not acceptable to me, and that's why we're working as hard as we possibly can to get back to those best ever response time performance numbers.
Why haven't you read the Ashton report?
I'm briefed on the report. The report will come to Cabinet quite soon and there will be a full government response.
The emotional reminder came after more fiery debate over the broader problems, including the 000 service and constant ambulance ramping.
Why didn't you prepare our health system? Because we're now seeing a crisis and you're now saying we're going to fix it. We've got $12 billion.
Nationals MP Danny O'Brien choosing not to highlight the ramping, but a shortfall in attendances expected to a government-funded dental program. Budget papers show 15,000 fewer students saw the government's Smile Squad program.
There is there in black and white.
Do you really propose that we ought to have gone and run the Smile Squad school dental program door to door while kids were at home remote
Not
learning?
even looking at the paper.
But Melbourne's long lockdowns proved to be tough on children, with parents and advocate group Shadow Pandemic Victoria giving harrowing evidence at a separate parliamentary hearing.
Particularly around the individuals where the parents have seen that their kids need support, they need to see somebody, but they weren't able to get any help.
So many of these providers, their books are closed. And we had one person who said, you know, I was given a list of names, 90% their books are closed, 10% I'm told, well, we can possibly see you in 6 months if there's a cancellation.
Earlier, Victoria's Treasurer appeared before the estimates hearings, giving a better outlook on the state's debt burden, while also placing pressure on the Commonwealth over the deal that it did with Western Australia over the GST carve-up. Western Australia handed down a budget with consistent surpluses over the forward estimates, thanks to mining royalties and the deal struck between Mark McGowan and Scott Morrison. It seems even the Western Australian-based Federal Attorney-General agrees, saying that's $4.6 billion more than WA would have received if not for the reforms to the GST system. Victoria's budget is in a different position. The deficits continue until the 2026 financial year.
I can't attack somebody who's not in government yet, but let me be very clear. We want
Deputy Chair,
the state of Victoria to get its fair share, and we don't care what political party is in power. The interests of the Victorian people demand that this injustice is rectified.
I noticed that Daniel Andrews was very happy to cosy up to the Prime Minister when it suited him.
Simon Love, Sky News, Melbourne.